Yeah, 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 yeah.
And me?
Charge, is it? shot, Jezza.
Tony and Jason, you're up, buddy. You're free.
All right. All right. All right. Turn the beard on. You were mean to Kenny. I was mean. I can't believe you froze your ball. I can. Oh, he's still. Look at that. Good thing it was a three-way break.
Okay, Blair. That doesn't call much. It's okay.
Sin like sin. Wait, hold on.
Telling everyone to tune in.
Okay, go ahead, Doug. Yo, it's Doug.
What'd you say? Check it out.
Except for me, yeah. You gotta like, you gotta really put on like just for the overtime.
He's one Landry here. I'm kidding.
Yo, you do it. Yo, do it. Put on an accent.
got
Put
great-
on a,
yeah, great accent.
put on like a Scottish accent.
Yeah.
This is
Seamus O'Fagin.
this is Chad. Coming to you from the islands.
Yeah, he is.
Yo, Ben.
Dude, I get all three.
Ben, we get like a guest
No,
speaker
no,
on
no.
the street.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Yo, Doug, get Doug on the street.
Who are these donkeys?
Yeah.
It's not qualify a foot. It's called back. I can't believe it still plays with
We got Edie shooting right now.
Get a Doug on the street. Oh.
Yeah, you guys are fucking just acting.
there 45 minutes before.
Sweet. That's all, June. Was that the Wow. W June, huh? Who was on the shoot? They're going somewhere else. That was our first one? Third game?
Yeah, so Gary now.
Who did you play
Oh,
with?
sorry. Tony, so Kenny
Oh,
and
you played Tony?
you. Tony and you.
No, I mean, who did you play?
Tony.
Oh, that's good.
Kenny.
Robert? No, they're good.
Yeah, they're great.
Anyways, good job, good job, good job.
And Chop off. You wanna hit it?
I don't want to. At all. Who's up?
Oh shit. Kenny, Chad, break, then Blair. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. Now he's playing this. Okay, play game, play game.
Behind her. Pass it behind her.
No, no. If I go front, I'm gonna clip it. Backside. I would rather than that. Yeah, if I can almost go forward on the
You could just push it.
No, the way it would push it directly into the corner because I had a slight angle. So if I go forward, I could have pushed it and I hope it bounces out. I thought I could miss it.
Shot.
Yeah, you got it.
I thought I could like miss it and draw that. I could have like
Hard. You need to grab it.
run the ball down to the corner.
Blair, you gonna stay.
There. There's the.
You're playing Chad.
Who's right?
You break. No, Peter. Chad.
Chad?
Get a break, buddy.
Chad?
Yeah.
Chad? Oh, yeah. Oh, was it you and I?
No?
Navi plays.
Right? You Chad?
Navi and Paul. Chad and
Who else is playing?
Navi. You play
Just me and
Navi.
you?
Who's break?
This break?
What are we looking at now?
6-5 to us. Way to go, Ken. Eli.
Eli, his break?
His break. 6-6.
you. And I'm like, I gotta call back.
Yeah.
Nine to nine to
And then the bird's like, what? I go, yes. He says, my holy outlet.
Yeah.
Kind of. Five, six, right?
Must be Tony. He's the only one that plays it.
1-9. 1-9.
What's the score? 9-9.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Oh, there he goes there. Finish it up, buddy. Yeah.
It's okay, man. That's tough. All good?
I knew I wasn't gonna get over it in my mind. I shouldn't have shot it, right?
Take our time, man. Got it.
No, I don't like that. It's too far to cut.
Give me how what? Okay, man. All good, all good. So, 5-8. Who's 8? Jules. Jules already playing. So, Kenny playing. Chad, 7.
Not just
So, their break, their break. Got? Why?
Yep. 11:10.
Have trouble this way, but eventually this way. miserable in the Philippines. It's shit, more shitty than this.
That's it?
June's with. After this, it's me and June play. June play Navy. That's all you do, man.
Alright, guys.
1 out of 2, that's it.
That's the hill. Alright, guys. We just need one of these games.
June, your break.
One more.
One more. Your break. Huge man. June, you play Navi. Your break. Gary, you're up to
Number.
Navi. should.
And you did a great job.
Win the game.
Take it home, man.
Fucking ice water in those veins, man. Fucking ice water.
Well, I had to take out the good save.
I wish I had a chance, man. I wish. Yeah, L Gary. L Gary.
That would be a lot of fun.
Let's at least try and get the first one. We're gonna play like now we're playing.
You guys probably want 10 or 15,
Yeah.
eh?
Yeah, we're playing the diesel fucking truck.
Who are you guys playing?
These machines.
Oh, the machine.
Yeah, 10, 15 minutes. Yeah. Honestly, man, those guys are fucking sweet. sub coming in. Come on, man. Wendy's gonna sub.
Is that right?
He's like, Chanel, commentate. I'm like, no. Leave me alone.
Are you guys playing 2 or 3 games? Home or away?
Don't count on me for something. You don't.
You guys can play on 2 tables. 2? Yeah, you can. The C bracket's a little behind yet, so you guys will still be done on 2 before they're all done theirs anyway. So definitely everybody can watch the games on the screen.
Can we get all the ladies' teams to table 8, please? We'll look at the score sheets up to this.
Oh, this is the big moment. Big moment.
Hey, what about the Russ? They already dragged down.
Hey guys, make it quick.
Make it quick.
Who won?
Play well today. Oh, the tall guy is the one help. Oh, we're only doing 2.
All right, guys, this is Arden coming in to commentate right now. My match has just finished up, so I am able to hop on some commentating and get this final actually properly streamed. You guys are saying that it's 1-0 for the machine right now, so I will update the score accordingly. Are you sure that's what it is, or is it 2-0 according to Julian? Yeah, the Tiffany, the guys have been busy helping out with the tournament and doing some math for the round robin ladies, and also for all the other little bits and pieces that need to get together. Team effort to help all this going. Okay, so I will add up. We'll go 1 for the machine here. 1-0. Okay, I'll keep it at that. Hi, Tiffany. This is Arden Neufeld. I was on last night. I don't know if you were tuning in or not, but I was kind of commenting on the feed here to kind of just fill in the pieces. All right, so we got Russ here on table 1 on the left. And it looks like June is on the right table. Grant will be coming in. He's just filling his face right now. And then he's going to hop on and do a little bit. Oh, yeah, no problem, Tiffany. It's definitely my pleasure. I was here last year and met the Q Sport guys, and they got me to commentate last time. So they've been asking me ever since to come back on because I know a lot of the lower mainland pool communities. So I always never mind helping out where I can. Aw, thanks, Patrick. I appreciate that. Doing it solo for now. Oh, it looks like I might have to leave the mic for a couple of minutes because we're going to do a team picture. The ladies round robin has been all added up. So I might have to take a little bit of a break. But, yeah, so I'm going to hop off the mic right this second. But I promise I will be right back. And so we'll Grant and we'll get this going properly. Thanks for your patience, guys. And thanks for tuning in. I shall be right back. Oh, excellent shot by June. All right. You guys, I will be right back. Sounds good. All right, guys. Sorry, I am back right now. 1-1 for the match. Sorry about that. I had to take a little bit of a break because the round robin for the ladies turned out, and it looks like my team took second place in the A and B division. So yay, go happy, happy team. Yeah, for the top 3 teams, it was so close. It was awesome. Such a good round.
It was really nice playing.
Oh, it was good playing with you too, sweetheart. Thank you so much for having me. I would love a drink. Sleeman's Honey Brown. Mr. Ben Francis is bringing me a beer, guys. Such a gentleman. Knows how to get to a woman's heart for sure. All right, so the machine here got another one. So it is now 2-1. And who is this gentleman racking right now? Sorry, I don't know everybody's name, guys. I'm more familiar with the Q1 boys because 2 of them play out of my hall as well as at Q1. Hi, Jamie. Thank you. I appreciate the cheers. Anybody else from the Lower Mainland? I can't see everybody that's watching, so I would appreciate everyone to come and say hi. And of course, share the streams. This is the 8-ball advanced men's final, so it's a good round of pool to be watching right now. Danny just racked for the machine. Danny, awesome. Thanks, Shona. I appreciate your help. I love how the fans here love to help. Yeah, they know like they help out. You guys are all part of it. It's always appreciated. I just have to take a little cough and clear my throat, so I'm going to mute my mic for 2 seconds. All right, that's much better. Oh, nice shot. Very nice shot. Thank you, Mr. Ben. Brings a lady a beer. Good evening, Jerry. Appreciate you tuning in. Shout out to Ballroom Billiards. Thank you. That's appreciated. That's the hall that I used to work at.
Shot, Jeremiah. So I think I can give Arden cash. We get $80 each.
Oh, excellent. I get some prize money for second place. Yay. It was a great turnout for the ladies. It was a very hard fought match for everybody. 16? Wow, that's awesome. And it was so close, too. There was so much head-to-head battles that left barely any point difference for 1, 2, and 3. Oh, yeah, definitely. Thank you very much, Marianne. That's appreciated. Oh, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. All right. So Danny is just walking around the table right now, contemplating his plan of action here.
Why did you get both?
I think he just got himself perfect on that last stripe on the right table here.
That's Jeremiah.
Jeremiah. That was very nice, Wade. Oh, little more. I don't know if he has that. He might be able to throw that in, or yeah, it looks like he can see it clear. And that's one more for Jeremiah was a bullfrog. There we go. 2-2 if my numbers are correct.
Jeremiah on
The machine, sorry. How do we do that? How do we subtract one?
subtract one from that side.
Just highlight it.
Here.
Yeah.
There we go. Add one for the machine. There we go. Sorry, technical difficulties, but I have Grant here now to help out. Yes, Shona definitely was very impressive on that table. It was not an easy one. We got Blair Wenzel on the left screen right now, making a combo shot, and we have Jason Coatman on the right. Oh, nice combo by Blair. Oh, playing with fire there on that cue ball for that break, but still ball down, so he gets to approach the table.
Blair shoots good.
Yes, he does. I have been playing with Blair since I was 10 years old. I have been able to watch Blair play, and yeah, he is definitely one of the best players that I've seen. Goes head to head with the best of them.
Their team made short work of us.
Did they?
Well, we kept tight up till 8-8, and then they decided they've had enough of us. Yeah, we're done toying with these mere mortals.
Yeah, they warmed up and got on, eh?
They did.
Yeah, they're very, very talented shots. Jason Coatman I have played on teams with before, and he is just a pleasure to play with and play against. Great sportsman-like player.
Indeed.
And very talented, and always down to educate people who are a little less advanced. So it's just great to have him around.
Indeed. Great guy to learn from.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Sportsmanship-wise as well.
Definitely. And he helps out with all the leagues in the Lower Mainland, too.
Really?
Yeah, he helps with the John Howard League, which is a doubles league. And he's, fundamental in that league. And also helping out with the provincials that play in BC. Just an all-around great guy.
Brian to the podium.
A good guy to have around.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We're grateful to have him in the Vancouver pool community, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, that's June on the left table coming
up.
He has been doing some serious damage. I watched the last match, and he was crucial for their. Oh yeah, he was crucial for their win to get them to this point. So it's awesome to be watching. That was a little bit of a mistake from.
Yeah, rubbed the 5-ball. So June's opponent is Mark Downey from the machine. Russ Whittle gets to approach the right-hand table with ball in hand.
And it looks like June scratched off the break in that side pocket there, so.
So Mark gets to approach the table.
Yes, Mark gets to approach the table, but it's ball in hand in the kitchen for this one. Because it's the CCS. Yes, Mike, Blair is a nice guy in general and a fantastic player, yeah.
How are you, Mr. Dunn? And guys, listen, we appreciate you tuning in, kind of hanging out, even though most of this weekend was unmanned.
Mm-hmm.
Had a lot of play action.
Yes, Gary, you're definitely right. That is what we need. We need good people and good sportsmen getting out there and promoting the game and showing, what good pool can truly be.
Absolutely. Well, sharing the information is the way that the pool, the sport grows.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You get a lot of those, sometimes the older generation that doesn't want to share the knowledge sometimes. And
right.
Unfortunately, they take it with them.
Yeah. It's what we leave our next. So everybody is the same in the dirt, so.
Well, I don't think any of us are making it out of this life alive.
Nope,
we all kind of go back to the same spot.
So it's what you leave on the earth to those that are still around that matters.
Yeah. So Russ got a little bit of work to do. He's either going to combo the 6-3, which I think is what he'll do, and got to hold that 6-ball. You don't want the 6-ball bouncing up and hitting the 15-ball.
Right, but then there's the other option, too, that he could take the 4 caromed off the 7 into that pocket.
You can,
for a
yeah.
little bit more cue ball control. So it's interesting to see what he will do. Looks like he's going for the combo, though.
But if there is a guy out there that knows how to control,
Oh, and he got a nice
that's
breakout
him.
on that, too.
Yeah.
Held for the 6 in the corner. Looks like that's what he's eyeing up right now. I could be wrong.
Yeah, a couple of different options. He can take 4 up and then set for 1 ball, 6 ball, 7 ball. It's a matter of where do you put the 8 after. I don't know if it goes by the 11 into the side. It might. Doesn't look like it on the screen, but I think he can do it.
Do you
If
think
he
it
decides
goes
to go that
past
way.
the 9-15 into the corner? If he gets rid of that 6?
Yeah, it depends
That's
which
a
way
tight
he
fit.
decides to run this. If he decides to play 6 first, I think he's going to play the 4, but then he's hampered by the 7 for his bridge.
He's still
So
looking around, trying to figure out the best route through the mess.
not too often do you find Mr. Whittle on a 9-foot, which is why he is arguably one of the best bar box players in Western Canada, without a doubt. The man knows how to hold a cue, knows how to play the game.
Yeah, it's been impressive to watch him. I don't think was he here last year that I was around? I don't remember
think he
seeing
was here.
him.
No, I don't think he was here.
So they come to do some damage and
They
take everybody
decided
out.
they came to play.
Yeah, it's been awesome watching them for sure.
Well, and you know what? He makes it look so easy, and he's very smooth on that on his stroke.
Oh, that was
what
an
a
excellent
nice
shot on that 8
nice
there.
cut shot,
so
sir.
that would be the machine getting another one, and they are the blue. There we go, 4-2 if my math
Russ
is
going to
correct.
have to do the same type of cut.
Yeah.
No choice but to, well, he might have it in the side pocket, but it's a tough cut no matter where he puts it.
Right.
Because I don't think the bank doesn't go. Banks are closed for this shot.
He's calling it in the side, it looks like.
So what I really like about Russ here is the reason he just looked behind the 9 ball, that's where he's going to try to play shape with the cue ball.
Oh.
So not only make the shot, but play
if he
kind
does
of a two-way
miss,
safe.
that it's safer, yeah. That's always the way to go. Play on your options and hope for the best, but prepare for your worst. Bank corner is a possibility, but on these tables, I wouldn't recommend it. They've been doing weird things.
And he
that's
just puts it in the heart.
Side. Nice and easy for the machine.
Just puts it in the heart, nothing else.
Making it
Why not?
5-2.
Why not just make that look really easy?
Right.
and gets the shape to hide the
I wish
hide
it was
the cue
that
ball
easy
on the
for
beach.
all of us.
Right. and so smooth. Sometimes I get to play with Russ on Wednesday night for one of the in-house leagues in Calgary, and it's a little bit of a pleasure sometimes to watch.
Yeah, just poetry
He gets out on
sometimes.
stuff that you just shouldn't get out on. Yeah, what were we worried
for
about?
us mere mortals.
It was easy from where I'm sitting too, brother. I've never missed a shot from this side of the camera.
No, never.
I'm batting 1,000% out here. And it's funny because now that I'm more accustomed to kind of being on this side of the camera, when I'm back here, I can see the pattern no problem. Kind of see where the trouble spots are, but it's a different view when you're sitting on that side of the camera.
Right. I personally have a hard time seeing the path at this angle. I'm definitely one to be walking around the table and looking at all of my options.
It's kind of a different viewpoint sitting back here. So I kind of take a little bit of what I see on the screen versus what is real life.
Right.
And try to kind of pick what I think is going to be the best pattern.
That's my problem that I'm trying to work out with my game right now, is seeing the path. the ball selection, of making my life the easiest possible. I overcomplicate things sometimes and lose my direction and get myself into trouble. So
Yeah.
working on my consistency right now.
That is definitely part of the game. But you have to play consistently, and based on our conversation outside, you're not playing as consistent as you were.
No, not this round. I guess the jitters got to me a little bit this tournament, so I wasn't shooting as good as I could have. But there was a couple of moments of broken through the cloud that I was doing some very impressive things, and I got some good matches. I played good pool, but learn, get better. Use this as a learning experience. And
I love to hear it.
Well, that's all you can do, right?
That's it.
That's why we come and play in these tournaments, is
It
to
is
get the
very
experience and to get rid of those jitters and become a tried and true veteran, so that it's easier and easier each time you approach the table.
Well, and it's funny because we had kind of the same conversation yesterday with one of the viewers who wasn't too impressed with the payouts. And I'm saying it's sometimes not all about the money.
Oh, definitely not.
This sport, as we all know, isn't really a money-making sport, but these type of tournaments specifically is more meant to build that stamina, get the experience to play kind of in a high-pressure match.
Right, and you're going on limited sleep sometimes because of the late matches and early starts, and so getting your body used to it and your mind used to the fatigue and being able to find your second win and power through the games is it's a hard feat to do, but then once you do it enough, you can do it.
I would agree. Tournament stamina is kind of one of those things that you have to experience in order to build. Nice little draw shot from Hampton there.
Yeah, that was a lot of draw.
A little bit of a tough cut here, but shouldn't be a problem. A little hampered by the 10 ball on his bridge.
Glad to hear you're winning, Teresa. That's excellent to hear.
Yes.
It always feels so good when you get the ones on the people that you're worried about versing. Hi, Sheena. Glad to see you're viewing.
Yeah, bird's eye view, always a good spot to be in. Are you leaving? I got to say goodbye to Kathy Mack here. I'll be right back.
Bye, Kathy. Bye, Kathy. Great playing you. Congratulations to you, too. That was Kathy McDonald. They took first place, the Ireland girls, for our round robin tournament, and we almost got them by two games is all we would have needed to tie with them, or two on them, and we would have got them. But second place is still good for me. I'm happy with that. Hi, Fran. Oh, no problem, Teresa. Congratulations. And that was a nice 8 for the Q1 boys. Now I think that would be 6-3. But while Grant and I were talking, I might have missed one. Correct me if I'm wrong. And we have Russ back up on the table on the left here, racking.
Love it. Enjoy your commentating. What is it, 6-3?
6-3, awesome. I'm glad to hear that I am doing this accurately. I'm kind of still rookie status on this.
I was confused by my own buttons there for a minute.
Glad to hear I'm not the only one.
I'm muting a mic that there's no mic attached to. Can you say it's been a long week?
Very. I can imagine. You guys have been on both sides of the spectrum, so.
Yeah, typically we're first in, last out in the typical scale of a tournament.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it.
That's why I had to go take a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
Because I was almost into mind melt there for a little bit.
Really?
Yeah. which happens. You know, time to time, my brain decides it doesn't want to work anymore. So I have to go take a break and convince it, look, I know you're tired, but we got a job to do. So that's why I wasn't on the mic prior to this.
It's good that you know that, though, and recognize that and take a break. And
Well, rather than doing kind of run-down, garbagey
right.
commentating, I'd rather just take a break.
Stay fresh.
Yeah.
As well as playing on top of commentating. Like, I personally have captained a couple of teams in my pool career, and whenever I am captaining and chasing after players or whatever the case, just, you know, managing the teams, it's harder for me to keep on my pool game, you know, on top of captaining. So you guys commentating and playing and still staying, like, tournament mind ready is an impressive feat.
It's definitely tough. It's not as easy as what it kind of seemingly is, but we do it because we love it.
Right. Oh, that was a
And we're a
very
little
nice
crazy.
shot.
That was a
to
really
come
nice
back
shot.
for the 2 there.
Mhm.
But it looks like he might not be going for that. We're just looking at his options. But that 2, it was a hard one to get on, and he just did that very, very well.
Well, we kind of saw this shot last time too, where a ball on the rail, and you definitely want to stay on the top side of that 2 ball. Don't try and shoot it across the pocket.
Right. The horns have been coming out
They
on
have.
occasion, so it's good to play it safe that way.
Although it looks like it's enough off the rail that maybe he could get away with kind of coming underneath if he wanted to play it that way.
But when you have balls to get shape on it on that side, why bother?
Yep. Oh, he hit that nice.
Very nice.
He hit that really good. I think he's got a little bit of angle on this one, maybe 2 rails out, a little bit of top. But again, sometimes
or the other
the
option,
angles.
I think the 4 goes past the 8 there, so he could just put a little bottom to pull back and take the 4 in that corner and leave the 8 in that top corner as well.
That's why I say it depends on his angle that he's got here on the 1 ball. Absolutely, you are correct, Mike Dunn. Actually, Tony is sitting beside us right now.
Yeah, he just came to come and say hi to me while I'm on the mic right now.
It actually looks like he came over to take away your 2nd place plaque and whatever money you had there.
Oh, no, I gave it away.
Oh, being the nice guy.
Yeah.
I love it.
Looks like he is going to do the bottom like I thought he might. Oh, but he really drew it.
He did.
I guess he liked the top corner better. And when you have that much control over a cue ball, why
Yeah.
not?
Well, and that's sometimes the challenge in trying to commentate on shots, because it is such a personal game, and depending on how you're feeling
And you have to play your own game. There's more than one way to skin a cat. So you have to do what
Absolutely.
you're comfortable with and trust your instincts.
But I'll tell you what, that 4 ball had to wipe its feet on the way in.
Yeah.
It was a little flirtatious.
Yes, Mike. Tony and I were in Penticton a couple of years back. We came just after the birth of our daughter. Instead of going to Vegas that year, we went to Penticton. And we did some damage in Scotch doubles. And I think I got 4th in the ladies' singles as well that year.
Camera. That's all right. A little bit of an earthquake on the right-hand side.
Just a little bit.
Small earthquake. It's good. Everybody's good here, though.
Yes, very great out by Danny there. You're right, Shona.
So big shout out to you guys from Checkmate across the street. The boys are having a little food over there, listening in on your commentating.
Oh, are they really? Aw, that's fantastic. Thanks, Checkmate boys. You guys did good too.
Eli, Chad,
Aw.
Kenny, Abby.
Yeah, they all did a really good job. All of the Checkmate boys did awesome.
Yeah, you guys did really well.
A little sad that they didn't get a rematch.
Yeah, they were hoping to come back and meet them on the other side of it. The machine put the Checkmate boys into the bead side, and they were fighting their way back, but the Q1 Buds got the best of them, unfortunately. So now they are here versing the machine for
And you
them.
know,
So
I heard it was a tight match, and what I really like.
neck and neck,
Ooh,
hill.
Good match. Good match.
And the whole match, it was just game for game, game
Yeah,
for game.
tight matches.
Yeah.
I love that.
We needed the last 2 games. We needed both table runs. Eli ran out, and Navi ran down to 1 ball. That close to winning the taking the match. We
It's
needed both
commendable.
games in the last session there. They were up 12-11, so we needed both games. And Eli did a masterful run out.
Yes, he did.
Navi as well.
Yeah, the nerves that they must have been feeling, I can't
no
even
doubt.
imagine it. So it is like just so awesome how well you guys all did.
Well, and it
And
really
third
does
place
speak
is not bad.
to the heart of both teams,
Oh yeah,
right? To be
So
that
much
close. Yeah, exactly.
and stamina. Holy, the stamina that you guys have is crazy.
So hopefully our local boys can come back.
Yeah, I'm a little biased here, hoping for the
course.
Q1 guys to take her home back to the Lower Mainland.
But that's
and-
what makes this such a good stream.
Right,
Right?
and
Because you're for
Grant here.
Q1 Buds, and we're kind of rooting the machine on.
Yeah, you guys are rooting
So
for
we
your
can
Albertan
be
boys.
we can be friendly rivalry.
Friendly rivals.
What really makes a good team is the chemistry between the players.
Oh,
You
right,
can tell
definitely.
All 5 of these guys hang out and do everything together and have a lot of laughs.
Oh,
which
yeah.
Our team did last year. You know, we're not the highest caliber players around, but it's all about team chemistry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for those of you that don't know, the Checkmate boys that took third this year were the reigning champions from last year. So
Yep.
they were hoping to do it again, but the machine and Q1 decided to get in the way of that.
First and third, 2 years in a row is not bad.
That's not bad. That's
First
not
and third
bad
is
for sure.
commendable. Yep, your guys are on the podium still, so that's awesome.
But what I do feel, and pool communities in general, is with the new Fargo rating, and now it's a lot of players are starting to come back and take it on as a challenge. So this is another piece of that.
Yes.
A lot of more interest is being generated in pool in general. You can tell.
Well, it's stirring up old feelings for a lot of players, kind of leveling the playing field, so it's good. But the CCS is not Fargo rated as of right now.
It's
so.
not yet.
And for instance, like a really good player like Tyler Barge is now challenging himself. He wasn't interested in playing pool really anymore, but with the new Fargo system, he's now challenging himself to be one of the top 100 players. As you know, that's readily available.
I'm just
on
off that
Facebook.
list.
Right.
Right there.
Just off that list. So he's now he's challenging himself to come and get in that top 100.
It's
Yeah.
doing that for a lot of people. Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of people. It's very intriguing to see what's going on with the future of the pool community for
Well, and
sure.
I think that's why I'm a big fan of the Fargo rated. It's universal. It doesn't matter exactly. Exactly. So I'm a big fan. I'm a big supporter of the Fargo rate.
Terrence here is saying, let's go Lower Mainland. Way to go. I'd love to see some more comments by the Lower Mainland guys, or Lower Mainland people, pool community folk here. I know you guys are tuning in, but I don't see any faces popping up on my comments here, so always appreciate the comments and the feedback from all you guys.
I'm trying to get my brother to come on, Mike Mixmaston, let's go.
I already told him to watch the feed, so we'll see if he pops in. Ah, Robert, there you are. Hi, Rob. See, there's one Lower Mainlander.
Scotch doubles partner from the Franken.
Wow.
I don't know if they'll be able to hear you too much. The mics are pretty quiet. Yesterday, last night, my microphone was just a couple inches away, and they had a hard time hearing me. So, let's go Calgary. Sorry, Yarn. That's okay, Mike. I'm totally all for some healthy competition here.
No worries, Mike. I got her. I'm rooting for Calgary.
Too many pros in Calgary. Yeah, why do all of the good players go to Calgary? Probably way better pool halls and way better liquor licensing.
Well, and the competition, so, I mean, Calgary's pretty blessed. We have a lot of players, some really, really high-end players. So when you go to play in a tournament on a Friday night, Saturday, Thursday, whatever day, it is so good for your game because you get to play against the best.
Yep. that's the reason why my game has improved, is because I've had the opportunity to play with some fantastic players. You know, my hubby here being a really good, strong lower mainland player, my game is just shot through the roof from being able to associate with him and all of his friends and all of the talent that we have in the lower mainland. Like, when you have the opportunity to play with better players, you just naturally you step up to the plate.
Absolutely. Well, it's really the only way you're going to kind of improve your game. You're never going to get better playing your caliber or lower.
Right.
So the only real option there is to play higher caliber.
Yeah. Brenda Willis, hi. Glad to see you here. And you're right, go Q1.
I haven't heard. What's Kevin Cardinal doing these days?
He's up in kind of the Edmonton area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we see him, you know, sometimes in Red Deer. There's Edmonton tournaments that Calgary goes to.
Are they still doing the Mardi Gras tournament in Prince George?
I'm not sure. Haven't heard.
Maybe they'll pick that up again with Blair Major's
Yes.
pool hall opening.
Yes.
Fantastic. Black Diamond Bowling and Billiards. A little.
Black Diamond.
Black Diamond is what they called it, yeah. I'm looking forward to the provincials coming up.
And those are on Waraka tables.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to some good competition a little bit up north from the lower mainland. Oh, a bit of an overcut on that too there, and breaks out the stripes, and now
Calgary over Winnipeg,
looks like
22-14 in the
the
CFL.
Q1 boys get to approach the table again, and let's see if he can work this out for the win.
Absolutely, Tony. If you want to put a mic on,
that
it's
Tony
right there.
Toozy up. There you go. You're getting asked to be mic'd up, Mr. Tootsie. It's easy.
It's easy.
But
you just
let's all
talk.
just take turns while we're talking so that we're not overloading the feed here. Do we have him unmuted?
Just like that.
There we
Mr.
go.
Toozy has a mic on. Welcome to the live stream, Tony.
And
Nice to be here.
He is a good, knowledgeable commentator here of the pool game, so it would be awesome for him to
Assess
maybe,
the situation.
yeah, assess the situation. I know I always like to pick his brain.
So tell me about the rivalry between Calgary and Edmonton.
Oh, it's provincial. It's always been there, whether it's in pool, football.
Hockey is the
hockey,
biggest one.
of course. But it really doesn't matter what the sport is. Anytime you can pit Calgary against Edmonton, it's a rivalry.
So
it doesn't matter
you
what the
guys don't
sport
get
is.
along, as it were.
No, I wouldn't say that we don't get along. There's a lot of good caliber players in Edmonton, but we all know that the best thing to come out of Edmonton was the road to Calgary.
And I do remember when we first started going to Vegas, there was quite a few teams that used to come out of Calgary and Edmonton to compete in the BCA Nationals when it was at the Riviera.
Yep.
And
the good old Riv.
they would there was 3 or 4 decent teams from each city.
Yeah.
And it's like they didn't hang out, they didn't talk,
No.
they didn't.
No, they were
buddy-buddy and-
rivals.
No.
They were rivals.
But it's weird in BC because we had good teams coming out of Prince George.
Yeah.
With Pete Dory and guys like that. Guido was out of the Prince George at the time, and everyone was down there, and everyone hung out together.
Yeah.
So it was a little different that
Yeah,
way.
camaraderie.
it's a different,
So
different genetic makeup in Alberta.
I could never figure out this Calgary and Edmonton rivalry that they have when they're so close together and having so many talented players, and like you said, a few different sports.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a nice
I do
shot
too,
by Blair
Shona.
there.
I totally missed the Riv. That was such a good time.
The Riviera, the Splash Bar.
The Splash Bar.
Wow.
And
the
then
good
the
old
beach
days.
after that.
Yeah. And it was in May, which was amazing because you went out on the strip at night. It was 80
Beautiful.
degrees.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, look
25
at that
Celsius,
zing
if you
juice
will.
by Blair to come up on the right side.
That
of
was a
the
nice shot.
8 for him. Looks. Oh, I'm not
Oh,
gonna
they
do
could steal
commentator
2 back
course.
here.
Let's see if he can work this out. Nice little pot in the 8
There
on
you
the
go.
side. It
Steady
looks
Blair.
like.
They can steal 2 here. Gary up on the other table.
Right in
There's
the
one.
heart by Way to
And
go,
that's one of our
Q1.
champions from many years ago, Blair Wenzel.
And let's see if
Nailing down
the
another
what's
win
funny?
on the
boy on
comeback.
the right can get another one. There's another one. There we go. 8-5 for the Q1. Boys just got 2 more up on the scoreboard.
I met Blair last year at this event. Was my first look at him.
Really?
Yeah, and we I can't remember if we played last year. I'm sure we did. But super nice guy.
Oh, yeah. He took a few years off pool, concentrate on his business, which he's done really well with, and it's taken care of itself a bit more in the last couple of years, so I've noticed him coming out more and more.
Yeah.
You didn't see him for a few years, but he's back, and obviously shooting well. He took me down in a critical game.
Yes, I think he did the same to me. He ran. I'm sure he ran me out, but I can't remember. But he, in our match, he ran like 3 or 4 racks in our match. He's playing really well.
Yeah, when he first came back, he was a little rough around the edges, but lately he's been, you can't give that guy a chance at the table.
Oh, no doubt.
Same
well,
as
at
any.
this caliber, it's really don't miss, don't give the back doors, because you're going to get punished.
Zero room for error.
Yeah.
There he is, peering
Hey,
over.
we were talking about you, not
His
to
ears
ya,
were burning.
right? The last bad shot.
That was a
The
great
last bad shot. That was fantastic, Blair. All right, so we got 2 of the machine guys up at the table right now.
Yes.
Are they using
left-hand
3
table.
tables or just the
No,
2?
they're only playing 2.
Just
so
the 2.
left-hand table is Jeremiah Hampton. Right table is Danny Gombach.
And they both get to stay at the table after Danny's break.
Nice looking break. Tiff, how are you, darling?
Monster break. Definitely.
Yeah, we are lacking the Lower Mainland chime. People chiming in.
They chimed in.
Oh,
It's
they're
just
here.
Calgary.
They're here.
Calgary finally spoke up.
Right. David Wilson says the Mardi Gras happens in with just about 30 players in PG.
30 players? Wow, it used to be quite a lot more than that. You were lucky to get in on a 64 card.
Well, I've noticed that tournament turnout has been depleting a little bit lately. That's why it's
agree.
crucial
Same
for
as in
the Q
Calgary.
Sports to keep promoting the sport and getting more and more
we're all
people
over
tournament
it.
ready.
We're all over it.
John Horsfall, another guy that I've been recently talking to, hasn't shot a ball in 12 years. And we had him come out for the Rocky Mountain tournament just to come say hi, because I've been talking to him a little bit recently. And I think he was attending the Frenchie Celebration of Life, and he
The
was even
tournament for
saying,
him,
they're going to have a little tournament. I might shoot a couple of balls. So I was
Hopefully
working
John
out of town,
Horsfall will
so
come out.
unfortunately I wasn't able to attend the Celebration of Life. So I still want to give John a call, and maybe he's watching, and see if
Maybe.
he actually did pick up a cue and shoot some balls, because like I said, he hasn't shot a ball in 12 years.
John Horsfall is one of the pros to come out of the Lower Mainland, and he's just a great
I know
shot.
the name for sure.
We hired him when I was just a young player playing.
Yeah.
And we had to correct my mechanics because as I developed as a woman, my cue needed to be switched over.
To a different area, if you will.
We hired Mr. Mechanic to correct my stance, and that year I improved 35.8%.
Holy.
From just correcting my proper mechanics. So he is a great shot, and I hope that he comes back. It would be fantastic to see him out.
We love guys like that to come back and
Oh,
start
yeah.
playing. And
No
well, now
doubt.
with the new Fargo system.
Nice,
nice shot.
8-ball for the
Nice
machine.
shot, Mr. Hampton. Bringing the heat.
9-5.
You're
Yes.
watching on the big screen on TV, possibly yelling at our own commentating.
David says that there used to be 128 players in PG.
There you go. I remember it was hard to get in on a 64 card, but 128, I wouldn't doubt it.
Well, and you know who else is kind of, I mean, I know everybody knows Ben Francis, but over the last 3 years, in all the players in Alberta, the most improved. He's put in
Really?
more time and put in more
You can
effort.
tell. I can see by his mechanics. I've never seen him play before. And just watch how he stays down on his shots, looking
Oh,
at
yeah.
everything,
Yeah.
every possibility. he even takes bad kicks into account
Yep.
on some of his shots. I know, I was like, ugh, can't wait to play that guy.
Gary Spence says that he remembers when John Horsfall first picked up his cue back in Jubilee Billiards.
Jubilee Billiards over off Imperial in Kingsway.
Yeah.
Wow, that's the place where I first ever played a match with Chris Estrada. When I first met Chris Estrada was Jubilee Billiards.
Looks like Danny's also working on a nice little run-out table here. So he does have option. Shooting the 7, you can stun this in, play 8 to the side pocket, or just roll up a little bit. Play it down to the bottom.
John did a clinic in Calgary years ago to help the pool scene there. And yes, Fran, you're right. John did come and help all the juniors that played out of Bank Shots Billiards back in the day where I first got my start playing. And John Horsfall used to come and help give us some pointers. Another win for the machine.
Double digits.
Yeah.
Here we go. Time to bear down, Lower Mainland boys.
Let's see what you got.
Well,
you
the
guys did
machine is doing what the machine does.
Right,
They are aptly named.
But the Lower Mainland boys have been
yes.
able to pull out from
Oh,
small
absolutely. I
small
won't take
wins.
anything away from them, but they're in tough.
They are in tough, but I
They're
have
indeed.
faith. And it's Q1's break here, so let's see what they got. Oh, no, that's unfortunate.
That's really unfortunate. That was a double kick. Double kick on the cue ball into the side
And
pocket.
here's Russ, who table ran me in our match. Didn't let me get out of my seat.
He's a good shot.
He is arguably.
He shoots pretty good for a lefty using a right-handed cue, I noticed.
Those darn right-handed cues,
yes.
God. Maybe that's the problem. I'm playing with a left-handed cue.
You are.
I must be.
You know, there's an actual story to that. When eBay first came out, there was a guy who made over $1 million on eBay actually selling left-handed pool cues.
Yeah,
No
right.
way.
Google it. Look it up. Seriously.
Some people's
Come
children.
on.
In the early
That
days of
can't be
eBay,
real.
I remember seeing a story on it. Left-handed pool cues. Get them now while they're hot. Seriously.
Wow.
True story. Look it up. Google that.
Well, Gary Spence, if you
I'm-
would like to
I'm-
give me a couple of pointers to help me, then maybe I'll practice and be able to get just as good as John Horsfall, too.
There you go. See, piece of cake.
That's insane.
I always like
I'm
to pick up the
kind of
knowledge.
stunned into silence. That's a first
like
for
that,
me.
don't
I'm
you?
never,
Your
I'm never
face is
stunned
turning
into
red.
silence. That's for
That's
sure.
where that joke
Left-handed
originally
pool
came
cues
from. Yeah.
selling out at $1 million. I love it. How come I'm never that smart? I just don't think people are that gullible.
But they
Maybe
are.
that's the problem.
That's how it
Apparently they
is. That's how
are.
it works. Of course, they only sold about 3 in
Sounds
Canada.
like a great
Well,
sound.
of course.
See,
right?
Joe Elliott
We
here
weren't
says
born
sounds like a
yesterday.
great salesman.
We were born at night, but
Yeah.
not last night.
Right. Crazy.
I can't believe that.
Yeah.
That's,
And you get those nice looking cues made overseas.
Yeah.
You know, cost on them is only $22, and I think he was selling them for like 110 US.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I'm gonna try that again. I'm just gonna see.
I guarantee you, put it out there, and you'll be selling them.
Left-handed pool cue.
Hey, I get 30%.
I love it. I gotta find some money to invest in
All you need is-
left-handed
hey,
pool
I've
cues
got-
to
I've got a
resell
sup-
them on eBay.
I've got a supplier. I can hook you up.
Enough
Unlimited.
salesmen. Let's get back to the pool.
Okay. You can tell Grant likes that one. though. He's really-
Yeah, it kind of got the wheels turning, going.
Can't-
People
you can't
can't be.
focus.
Come on, that can't
Seriously.
be real.
Yeah, it's real.
You
I
play
got
on chalk
oceanfront
this on
property in
Tuesday.
Arizona that I need to sell those same people.
Well, Gary, I play on Tuesday nights as well. You might not have seen me recently because I've been hopping back and forth to allow Tony here to get some weeks for this tournament, but I will be playing again, so I'm sure I will see you at Ballroom.
Grant,
Well,
your
let's-
first 2 customers are on the machine.
Right?
No, they're too smart.
Yeah, Russ would look at me like I have 3 heads if I was to try and sell him that
That
line.
was a
Look at this
beautiful
great
shot to
shot.
break out the 9.
It
and
really
does
was.
Squeeze past
Kinda
you. That's
rode the
excellent.
rail.
2 blockers, both pockets were done.
That was a nice roll.
A little fortunate in the fact that he kind of rubbed in the same way as what the 9 was heading, but
A little.
sometimes good to be lucky and lucky to be good.
Exactly.
Stick around for the 14 ball. All right, Tony, what do you do here? You take obviously the, oh, sorry, it's the 10 ball,
The
not
10
14.
ball, yeah. The
Oh,
14
yeah,
is down in the
definitely
left
the 10.
corner.
And
You try and shape out 15 ball.
you play on both here. A good player would come inside off 2 rails and into the 3 ball.
That you have to be pretty accurate to do
Right.
that, though. And
Well,
on these
didn't
tables,
he
you might
win
get
the
a bad roll.
singles?
He did, yes. He's a fantastic shot. So we'll see if he
Oh,
He
has.
actually didn't
What-
win
what?
the singles.
Oh,
Tyler Eady came back and double dipped.
What did I
he
say?
did go towards the 3, but
He
like
would've
I
hit,
said,
if he would have hit the 3 ball, he was out.
but that's some pretty insane control on a table that you're unfamiliar with. So
That's what he was going for.
And if he came up a little bit too short, like he did, he was hoping to have the
Right.
right weight to stay on for the 14. But
Yeah,
The problem, the way he executed the shot there was he just hit it a little thick.
Yeah, he
A little thinner, he comes up farther down the rail, runs right into the 3 ball. Tough shot.
oh yeah,
But
you've got to be super accurate there.
I'm curious to see what he's going to do now.
Yeah, isn't that right, Joe? Don't use PayPal. We've learned our lesson there.
only a safety option here for us. Unless
David.
is he a master jumper?
Russ can sometimes jump.
He hits this good and draws back on the 15. If he jumps this on the 14,
He is going for the short stick.
I'm a natural.
No, you're a seasoned vet.
Yeah, you're now just old and part of the woodwork.
Right. if he pulls this out, what a great shot.
Right?
You built enough pool tables that you have now built
Right.
yourself into one and just know it. David Wilson has a question for you, Tony. He asks, how old was Gary Burke when he passed? Do you happen to know?
Ooh.
Because I don't personally know.
He was getting late 60s.
But we're uncertain.
Uncertain. You know who would know that? Who grew up in his neighborhood playing a lot of pool with him would be Tyler Barch.
Right. That is a young up-and-comer pool player out of the Lower
From the same
Mainland
area.
that Gary Burke passed on a lot of knowledge, and it definitely shows in Tyler's pool game for sure. Gary was just a fantastic pool player and always willing to help out the up-and-coming people. And
What Russ is going to try and do here, he's going to try and hit the 14 so clean with draw on his jump shot. He's trying to come back into the 3 ball.
to hold for the 15 in the corner.
Hold for 15. Yeah.
If he hits this the way he wants to, that cue ball will come directly back full into the 3 ball.
Well, one can hope.
Ooh, he's going for the dart jump.
So trying to draw that is really tough with a dart.
He got some draw on it.
Although when your name is Russ Whittle,
He
got
bounced
a
a little.
lot of draw on it, and I think that he can see the
Although
15.
I think it worked out.
if your name is Russ Whittle,
Right.
that's how it's done, folks. Because I'm sure he's in on that 15. I don't think he's hampered by 3 at all.
No, and even if he is a little hampered, he'd be able to throw that in for sure.
Yeah. What
Nice
an out.
little stun to come
Wow.
over for the 8.
Russ is saying, welcome to playing the machine, guys. That's the statement he's making.
Yes, Shona, you are right. That was a very sick out. 11-5. 2 more for
I guess we have to
The
agree that
machine.
sick is good.
commonly
That's a good thing.
commonly known to
dude
be
is
a good
sick.
thing.
That dude is sick.
I still don't put those two together.
Paul, buddy, I would agree with you. Russ is a bar box jump beast. I would have to agree. How's the weather out there, Todd? It's been nice.
Paul says sick equals great. Sorry. It does, though.
Paul who?
Paul Yarborough. It is just common knowledge that it's sick, dude. Totally radical,
Right.
okay?
So
Oh, wow. I just had a flashback
so,
of the 80s right there.
So he's born 1990 or
Aged
later.
myself a little bit there.
Yeah, a little bit. So we've got Mark Downey on the right-hand table for the machine. Ben Francis on the left
Are you gonna
table.
eat your noodles?
If both of these guys can get out, they will be the winners. This is our final match, by the way, guys. Final stream.
Here we're down to the last two.
Yeah, this is the end of the tournament.
And we were
yes,
having
Tony,
so
I
much
will
fun.
eat my noodles after I am done streaming this because this is
Arden has
way.
been playing pool all day long. Now commentating. She has not eaten since 8:30 this morning.
The life of a pool player.
What we do for our love of pool.
Exactly.
Right?
Honestly, just too much nerves. I wouldn't have been able to eat anyway, even if I had food in front of me. So
So, I think Ben's going to have to play this combination here on the left-hand table.
very
and
nice combo.
like a champ, controls that so well.
Is there ever a doubt?
No. So really the table's sitting pretty nice for Mr. Francis here.
The machine could take it here.
Absolutely.
If they get these two tables, then that is the match. Hopefully I don't commentate and curse.
So, the thing I really like about Ben Francis and his game is he wastes no time. As soon as he's down in his shot, it's 1 or 2 strokes and it's away. He just wastes no time.
What that is the way his brain works is he's computing all the information as efficiently as possible.
Yeah.
Processing it to the best of his ability.
And when Ben is doing the real Ben Francis thing, it's almost like he runs around that table and it's like 1 stroke in, 1 stroke in,
Same
1
as
stroke
Frenchie.
in.
3 rails.
What a nice shot.
Beautiful.
Might have to put this in with some right-hand spin to come off that bottom rail.
I think he's just going to do a stop shot.
Depends
think
on
he'll
his
be able
angle.
to hold?
Stop shot, easy angle, right up table for the 8.
No, he's got that other 10 ball right there, it looks like. Yeah, so
Yeah, 14 ball.
14?
Yeah.
Looks a
It
little
is
bit
the
blue
14.
from the camera here, but it is the 14.
I don't know if the 8 passes, though. Well, I guess it must.
It
The way he
must.
played that.
Yeah.
He's got 3/4 of a pocket.
On these tables it
Piece-
drops.
piece of cake for a
nothing
guy
but
like
the
There
heart.
you go.
Yeah.
Now the
Well,
machine are on the
machine
hill.
is on the hill.
And who do we got coming up for the local boys? Looks like Jason
Jason
Coltman.
Coltman, good one to be
Against
coming
Jeremiah
up.
Hampton. Jeremiah's been lighting it up.
All right, Jason, come on, take this home.
It's like playing against the Boston Red Sox at the plate. The amazing hitters just keep coming to the plate one after the other.
Yep. Todd's got a question for you, Tony.
Tony, what is your comfort zone and how much do you play for?
Todd who?
Todd Metzmeyer. Hopefully I pronunciate that properly. I'm
It's
tripping over my
illegal
tongue
to
now.
gamble in BC.
You are correct there, Larry. A final. Who's
Doesn't
that guy
stop
on the
some of
left?
the best
He's
players, though.
pretty good shot. If you're talking about prior, that was Ben Francis. Or you could be talking now, I don't know, Jeremiah Hampton. I don't know.
Jason Coltman.
Jason Coltman.
Jason Copeman. It could be one of those 3 because all 3 of them were on the left. So it depends who you're talking about, Chris.
Oh, I'm glad I pronunciated your last name properly, Todd. Tony doesn't usually play for money. He's all up for some healthy competition, though. I've seen some money matches from him, even though it is illegal to gamble in
rare miss
BC.
from
that
Blair.
Sometimes he is challenged to make some money or lose some money. But I don't often see him lose money, to say the least.
A rare miss from Blair. Plays it off the horn.
Blair Wenzel, 35 plus years of bar box experience.
Yes, Chris, you are right. Ben is definitely top notch. I've had the pleasure of hanging out with him today and yesterday, and it was just awesome watching him play and associating with him.
So Ben is actually ranked, I think, number 13 on that top 100 Fargo
Really?
wrist. Yeah.
Really? That's impressive.
I know Simon's, what, 16?
Yeah. Stephen Halem is number 4, I think, next to Jason Klatt.
Uncle Larry chimes in, who gave Tony a mic.
I was braving it out because I knew this was the last match.
Can't do too much damage in the final.
Yeah, and he's sitting next to his wife, and I know if he gets out of line, I know what it's like to sit by my wife when I get out of line. So I was kind of hoping I might see a right hook or something, or the old backhand.
I'm not his wife yet. That'll come after the wedding.
That's right.
If we get married. David Wilson says, I've never seen Tony Tuzzi play for money.
I just played Navi.
Yeah, 100%,
True, yeah.
Chris.
Took 50 off him.
Yeah.
You'll see Jeremiah play a lot in Calgary.
Yeah.
But just do me a favor for those that are watching Jeremiah Hampton play. The kid is absolutely a beast, but don't ever try to emulate his stroke. Because, damn, that kid should never make a ball, but he makes it work for him, and he's so bloody good with it. But you watch his stroke, it's just the worst stroke out there, but he plays it out. Look at that.
He just powered through that for the win.
You know, a guy, Marv Joe is another guy like that. Makes the balls, but don't watch his stroke or his body language.
Don't even look at the
don't
stroke.
Look.
That was one fast game by Jeremiah. I can't believe how quickly that
was
finished.
Quite
this
the run out.
machine is something to deal with.
The table on the right had a little bit of a hard 8, and it looks like he just waited to see if Jeremiah could take it home, and he just powered through it and got it. That's awesome.
Did Jason get a shot at the table? Or
no, I don't think he did. I think he broke, and then
broke dry.
Yeah, and then Jeremiah came in and took her home. Good job, guys. That
Indeed.
An awesome match.
And you know what, guys? We got to thank you. Not only with the viewers, but I've got to thank Arden and Tony for sitting in, helping out. It was our pleasure to host you guys.
Oh, it's our pleasure to be on the line. That's for sure. It's been just a ton of fun.
You know what? It's always a good time when your guests you get along with, natural on the microphone. So we'll have to do it again in Penticton.
Definitely.
When is the Penticton tournament? What are the exact dates? Do you know?
I'm not sure.
Sometime around March, because remember when we went to Penticton last time, Avi was only a couple of weeks old. So just after Avi's birthday, a few weeks after Avi's birthday.
So it's got to be March sometime.
Leave it up to a mother to be able to
chime in,
figure out timing
when
by
the exact
their
dates of
child's
the Penticton
birthday.
tournament are. That would be great.
So from what Jim Orzel is saying, Jay Hampton didn't miss a shot. He ran out all of his games.
Wow.
Really?
That is unbelievable. Yeah. Oh, Robert Fidinato says February 24th to March 4th.
There we go. So, guys, listen, I want to say thank you to you all for hanging out with us this weekend. I know a lot of our stream this weekend was unmanned, but this is one of those tournaments that we, as Q Sports Live, we really enjoy playing in. Not that maybe we play well in them, but we enjoy playing in them. But it is a lot of hours, a lot to kind of deal with. But it is one of those ones that we like to play in. So certainly appreciate you guys tuning in, even though a lot of it was not manned. Thanks for sticking with us. Thanks for watching this weekend.
We appreciate
certainly appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, guys, make sure you go onto that Facebook page, click that like button. By doing so, you'll be notified each and every time we go live. We will be back at it again this coming weekend. We'll be live in Calgary for the last Alberta Cup qualifier. Following weekend after that will be the Barry Hui Memorial Tournament.
Wow.
Which will be a very emotional, hard-fought tournament.
You guys have a lot of action coming up.
Do you ever
I
get
will
any
definitely
time
be
off?
viewing myself.
I get time off between the hours of about 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. Those are my off hours.
The 4
you're
hours
welcome,
of sleep that
Joe.
you were talking about.
And you know what? Congratulations, Q number 1 buds. You can't go wrong with second place coming in next to the machine.
They really
played their hearts
deserved
out.
I mean, you could tell right away in our match, we were up against a machine, if you will.
Yes.
That's why they are the
every
machine.
cog, nut, and bolt seemed to be working quite
Yes.
well.
Same as this Jeremiah Hampton guy who doesn't know how to miss. You gotta love that.
All right, guys.
Finally I was
Arden
telling
is
people though,
tuning
Jared, come
out
over here.
now.
I was telling people on the live stream that you play lights out. You're a great player. Just don't ever watch your stroke, because that
Right.
stroke belongs to you and you alone. Don't model after the stroke. Certainly after pattern play and shot ability, just don't model that stroke.
He might have been watching Marv Joe shoot.
Playability. So, guys, we are done for this broadcast. Want to thank all of our sponsors, CCS Pool Leagues, Raid Q's, Prevail Handcrafted Q's, Bob Danielson, everybody else that's viewing with us. Guys, thank you a million. We will be back with you next weekend for the Alberta Cup qualifier. I believe that starts on Saturday around 11 o'clock.
And it's been very nice sitting in with you.
Hey,
Nice
Tony,
meeting you, Grant.
much appreciated, man.
Get a little bit of information on the teams and the history of pool. A lot of good players that still need to come back. John Horsfall, come on, buddy, let's go. Let's pick that queue up again. And like I said, this Fargo system seems to be creating a lot of interest in pool. And
well, you know, and you know what? We may as well go on a little tangent now that pool's done.
Okay.
But Fargo Rating does a lot of good things. So it has the fair play match. So if you're kind of past the 400 games as far as robustness is concerned,
it's the
because
robustness.
you gotta get a few games in there before your rank is actually
what
close.
it is.
But once you're past that and you go into a Fargo fair rated match, it does the race for you. It does the spot for you. And I think you're right. You kind of hit the nail on the head there when we were talking about it earlier, that when you're playing in the Fargo or looking at your Fargo, it kind of creates that hunger to always do better, to compete
does.
more.
It really does. Like I'm even feeling it. Like we've got the new puppy.
Yes,
the
which I met yesterday, guys. I gotta
family.
interject. They have the best Siberian
yes.
Husky ever.
I wish we could post a picture, but
Talking about our dog.
yes, but it's even lighting a fire under my butt to
perform.
Yes.
Yeah.
And with everybody, I got to get in the top 100. Well, I think we're going to see a lot of players who are going to
well, and
dust off.
so here's kind of the fun thing, and I've kind of alluded to this a couple of times, but we have some pretty big things coming down the line for
you
Q
hear all
Sports
about
Live.
it. Yes, you do.
To the point where it can change a lot of different things for a lot of people. And I can't go into more detail than that. And I know it's kind of aloof and kind of elusive as far as the information. Yes, of course.
Like that.
But I'll tell you, when we can announce that, when we can kind of finally let the cat out of the bag with it, trust me when I say it will do nothing but amazing things for this game. And it's not just provincially Canada, it is around the world.
Right.
It will be amazing.
Excellent, good to hear. When can we expect this cat to be let out of the bag?
We are hoping, fingers crossed, within the next couple of weeks.
Really?
Yeah, so once all the I's are dotted, T's are crossed, we have all the information put together. So everything that we're kind of working on, or who we're working with, all of the lawyer stuff, and this has nothing to do with our Q draws or anything else, but all of the lawyer stuff is done. Now it's working on development and process of how to do what we want to do.
Well, with technology the way it is these days, and information is instant, there's no reason why it can't happen in communities all over North America and the world, like
absolutely.
You say, so.
But it's going to have such a positive impact. I can't wait to release it. I can't wait to just to bring it out, because it really will change a lot of pool for players. It'll be awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because I know so many players, good players, that don't play anymore. The old handicap system.
Yeah.
It almost made you feel like when you played, you couldn't play. When you shoot a game of pool, you should be able to play without a doubt at 100% of your ability every time, every game at the table.
100% agree.
All these handicapping systems that they've tried over the last 20 years, you find yourself not doing that.
Well, and okay, so
maybe
I'll say this much.
95%.
Yeah, I'll say this. I'm not a fan of handicaps.
Right.
I don't like them. I didn't get the handicap when I was coming up through
you
the
didn't?
ranks, and no, never.
See, I did, and I still remember the first tournament I played in was at Willie's Billiards in Surrey off Scott Road in 88th. A lot of players will remember this place. I played Frenchie in my first ever handicap 9-ball tournament, and I'll never forget. He had to spot me something like the 7-8-9.
Yeah.
There was a guy named Harold who used to run the Dufferin tournaments.
Okay.
All over BC. Really good guy. Rest his soul. And Frenchie had to spot me the 7-8-9 wild or something like this. And I was like,
really?
What are you talking about? Oh, okay, let's play.
And we never had that in Calgary, ever. When we entered a tournament, you put your money in the middle and you play it out.
And this is what I'm getting at. I beat him 7-1. And he got so mad, he left. He didn't even play for the B side.
No.
And I was like,
but
you
see, now, so the thing is when that happens, right, and this is my opinion of it, when you beat somebody with the spot, you didn't beat them.
No, you didn't.
You beat the spot, right? So you get guys like yourself, like Russ Whittle and Ben Francis and all these guys that, you know, are high-end players, and you have to spot a game, and then you have those guys beat you. I'm sorry, but you didn't beat a Tony Tuzzi, a Russ Whittle. You didn't beat them. You beat the spot. So I'm not a fan of it. It really doesn't do a lot for anybody's game.
And what I noticed,
it doesn't teach you
what
nothing.
I noticed from the mid-90s and then going up through a lot of pool halls, local pool halls, bringing in the spot, the 9-ball, the weight, they called it.
Yep.
How much weight do I get?
That's right.
I found players not bettering their game because they wouldn't get as much weight.
Absolutely. And if you need to ask for weight, you don't need a money match. You need to go practice.
Go practice, play the game, put the hours in.
That's it.
Like who was I just talking to? Guido.
Yeah.
He remembers you when you were like 11, 12 years old at Bank Shots. He remembers you as this quiet girl. He said,
what?
I remember her coming in, and no, seriously, and just shooting balls. And I forgot to tell you about this. I was having this conversation with Guido, and he's like, yeah, I remember this girl, Arden, really quiet, and she was just at the table, just shooting balls, shooting balls, shooting balls. And I was like, really?
So you know what? Here, I'll kind of impart some of the wisdom that I was given kind of coming up through the ranks. And you watch people practice and kind of throw the balls out.
That's the passion for the game.
Right. But when you really want to practice and you want to kind of get into tournament mode, you want to be in the sense where making balls is easy. So the advice I was given is rather than first thing you do is throw out the balls and try to run whatever the pattern is, don't do that.
Right.
Cluster them all to one side and just shoot in straight shots.
Yeah.
Right? And get yourself in the habit of just making easy shots, and then you're accustomed to just making shots.
Do you know the name Marco Fu?
No.
Anyway, when I first started playing, an Asian kid that his dad we used to play on the 6x12 snooker tables in Port Moody.
Yeah.
His dad used to stand there. We used to play golf, snooker, follow, all those games. And I remember 13-year-old kid Marco Fu, his dad used to stand there 6-7 hours and make him shoot blue balls only from the D.
Really?
50 from one side of the D, 50 from the other side of the D in the opposite corner pockets. 6-7 hours. I know he's one of the top snooker players in England.
Yeah. And it just starts that momentum rolling, right? Where, you know, you come into a tournament, you want to, habitually the first thing to do is just throw the balls out and then start, running the patterns. But if you just line them up, start shooting easy, you can see the camera shaking because Ryan, oh my God.
Pushing us out of here.
Look at that mug.
Well, we could go on all night. Well, great to meet you, Grant.
Indeed.
It was awesome to sit in. And
well, enough of our banter for tonight. We really do appreciate you guys tuning in.
We'll
be back
Jason
live again
Copeman.
on Saturday with the Alberta Cup qualifier. We'll be back there around about 11 o'clock. So, guys, appreciate you tuning in and listening to us banter here for the last 20 minutes. We are shutting down. We're done for this tournament. We'll see you next Saturday. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.